So I decided to take some notes. Normally I don't take notes, but I think it's best fit for this occasion. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read out some of the schools that I jotted down off of this website called niche.com. I will be putting niche.com, the link to that, in the description box so that you all can, go to it and do your own research. Niche.com breaks down, within the Charlotte-Mecklenburg County district, pre-K, kindergarten, elementary, middle school, high school, traditional schools, charter schools, magnet schools, Catholic schools, Islamic schools, Jewish schools, Christian schools, college prep. Which schools are the best? It also gives you which schools are more diverse, and it grades all of the schools. So it's a great website to use when you're considering enrolling your children into particular schools that's in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area. All right. I'm gonna tell you off the rip. I'm urban, so I'll say it in a different way. I'm gonna tell you first off hands which areas have the best schools. That's Huntersville, Davidson, and Morrisville. Now those three are in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg County area, but it'll take you anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes to get to Charlotte city limits. So it sits outside of Charlotte, even though it's part of Charlotte. All right. I live in Still Creek. The middle schools and the elementary schools are decent here. They're in the process of building a high school here because I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all, but Olympic High School is not a good school to go to. It's just not. I had a friend that had her child enrolled there, and the child did not like it, for obvious reasons. Not because it's an all-black school, it's just because that it just was not a good school. So before I read these schools off, I want to read these schools off first, and then after that, I'll tell you what I'm doing with my children, what schools my children enroll to. And so let me start off with the elementary schools. These are charter schools. So any schools that I name right here, these are like the best. I'm not going to give you the worst schools. It wouldn't make sense. Just listen to these schools and the ones that's not on the list. You do your due diligence research as far as dealing with niche.com, and you'll figure out which ones are the worst or the best, right? So for charter elementary schools, Lake Norman, which is in Huntersville, Pine Lake Preparatory School, which is in Lake Norman, the charter school is Huntersville, Pine Lake Preparatory Morrisville, Socrates Academy Matthews. Matthews is in Charlotte-Mecklenburg County as well. It's right down the street from Ballantyne. Community School of Davidson is in Davidson. Charlotte Lab School is in Charlotte. Union Day is in Weddington, which is, I say, 20-30 minutes away. Metrolina Regional Scholars Academy, which is in Charlotte. Corvian is Corvian, Corvian Community is in Charlotte, and Lincoln Charter is in Denver. Denver may be a little bit far, so I don't know if you want to consider that. Middle schools that are good. They're not charter schools. They're just basic public middle schools. Mint Hill Middle School, Crestdale Middle School, J.M. Morrison Middle School, South Charlotte Middle School, Community House Middle School, Alexander Graham Middle School, Carmel Middle School, John M. Alexander Middle School, Robert F. Kennedy Middle School. The best private high schools. All of these are from basically pre-K to all the way up to 12th grade. I've seen some of these schools like Providence Day School. They're basically like a college campus. All right. Charlotte Country Day School, pre-K to 12th grade. Providence Day School, pre-K to 12th grade. Charlotte Latin School, kindergarten to 12th grade. Gaston Day School, pre-K to 12, which is in Gastonia. Gastonia is like about roughly 30 to 45 minutes away from Charlotte. Cannon School, which is in Concord, and that's about 10 minutes away from Charlotte. Woodlawn School, which is in Morrisville, that's K through 12. Now I'm going to give you the diverse private schools. South Charlotte Baptist Academy, pre-K to 12. Northside Christian Academy, pre-K to 12. First Assembly Christian School, pre-K to 12. The Ness Academy, which is in Charlotte. United Faith Christian Academy, British International School of Charlotte. Concord First Assembly Academy, which is in Concord. Charlotte Islamic Academy, which is in Harrisburg, that's K through 12. St. Gabriel Catholic, which is in Charlotte, that's K through 12. Now I'm gonna give you the best public high schools. Ardrey Kale, which is in Ballantyne. Cato Middle College High School, which is Charlotte Mecklenburg. South Mecklenburg High School. Charlotte Engineering Early College, 9 through 12. So those are the basic schools that that I've done my research and basically would tell you check those out. As far as dealing with Ardrey Kale High School, they actually had a problem with racism there, but they've recently replaced the principal, and based on what the principal is female, I forgot her name. Race doesn't matter with her, so I'm not gonna give you her race. But for the most part, she means business, and she said that there's zero tolerance as far as dealing with racism in her school. So, where do my children go to school at? So they go online, and they go to school online, and we're about to take them out. It's sad to say that in 2020, that there's still a thing called racism. There's still a thing called systemic racism, and it has leaked into the curriculum, school curriculum, whereas black students, minorities, are learning more about white history than black history. You see, I believe in being diverse. If you're going to teach my child about the Civil War, right, per se, the Confederate War and all of that, right, then they need to know about the Haitian Revolution. They need to know about Mansa Musa. I'm talking about, if you're going to teach my black kids your history, then your white kids need to know our history. They need to know about Marcus Garvey. They need to know about Malcolm X and what he stood for. They need to know about the Black Panthers. And the list goes on. They need to know about Mansa Musa being the richest person on the planet. More richer than Bill Gates. More wealthier than Bill Gates. So if you're going to teach my child your history, then your child needs to be taught our history as well. They need to know about the Wilmington massacres. They need to know about Lake Lenoir, where there is a city buried in a lake called Oscarville. They need to know about these things. You understand? So the purpose of me taking my children out is to fully, now we do homeschool at the same time of them as while they're going to school online, but we're going to do it full time. Because what I've learned, like when I went to school, I learned when I got older, I didn't have no need to know trigonometry. It was no need for that. See, it's like they teach you certain things in school where it's really no need for it. I don't need to know the 99 elements and how much zinc and magnesium and this and that and so forth, unless I'm a chemist. Or I'm breaking down what the nutrients and minerals, sufficient nutrients and minerals that I need in my body. Other than that, a lot of the knowledge that they're giving to our kids is irrelevant. I don't need to know about William Shakespeare. I don't need to know about Romeo and Juliet. I don't need to read the Crucible and the Scarlet Letter. I don't need to know any of that stuff. If I'm going to be a carpenter, if I'm going to be an electrician or plumber. So the thing of it is what schools need to be geared towards is careers, and teaching them about economics, how to budget and deal with credit and credit scores and stocks and bonds. These are the things that our children need to be learning that you're not gonna get in these schools except for when you deal with, like charter schools or private schools. Other than that, as a minority, if you love your child and you want the best for them, then guess what? You gotta take matters into your own hands. Now I know we work and we have responsibilities, but guess what? These children didn't ask to come into this world. We brought them here. It's just that plain and simple. We had the pleasure of bringing them in, if you understand where I'm coming from. But now we don't want to own up to our responsibilities. We want to put our hands into someone else's and say, here, you work it out. And then we want to get upset with the child when the child comes home and has bad grades. You have to understand that, yes, true indeed, we are all one. And what I mean by that, we are all on this planet, but we are different. And that's the problem. Everybody keeps on saying, I see no color, and that's the problem that we're having. You have to see color because black people or minorities learn different. And you want a child to sit, whether they're online or whether they're in school. You want them to sit for 8 hours straight? That sounds like, to me, you're getting them prepared for a job. You're getting them prepared to be worker bees. You want a person to sit, a young child, a young boy and a young girl to sit from the hours of anywhere between 8 to 4. It sounds like a job to me. That sounds like you want that kid to go into the work field because you're not giving them the proper tools in order for them to be entrepreneurs. I didn't know what an entrepreneur was throughout my whole years in school, ever. Until I found out that my uncle was an entrepreneur. He owned his own business. Hey man, I'm not gonna sit here and preach to you. You do what you need to do with your child. I just want to be the best person that I could be far as a humanitarian to help you. Other than that, you're on your own. Niche.com will be in the description box and go from there. I wish you the best of luck. Hope to see you in Charlotte. Peace.